WWE 2K26 amazing roster updates, the ins and outs for next year's game, and the first outgoing is the charismatic Karrion Kross. And this outgoing has left many fans dismayed because he was humongously popular with the WWE audience. But there are signs that he might not be leaving. Watch this space. And ingoing is Mr. Iguana, who has made his debut in WWE NXT. This strange phenomenon is wrestling within WWE. We're yet to see if he is to make it into the game, but it's this early on, he sure as hell should be. Alongside Karrion Kross, his real-life wife, Scarlett, is also going to be leaving WWE, which means she will not be in WWE 2K26. I know a lot of people used her more in a managerial role, but again, another loss for WWE 2K26 fans. A humongous incoming is this chap. It is Tala Tonga, who is part of Solo Sikoa's bloodline and is in early enough to make it into this year's edition of the game. I bet you guys cannot wait to get hold of Tala Tonga. The next outgoing again is a massive fan favourite. It is Braun Strowman, who left WWE earlier in 2025. It feels like he's always coming and going within WWE. But what are your thoughts about losing the giant Braun Strowman? The next incoming is a return to WWE and a WWE game. It is Rusev, or as he's known as Miro. Rusev was in previous itinerations of the game when he was within the company. He left to go to AEW, but of course has now come back to WWE. Another outgoing is Cora Jade. She left WWE due to injury concerns and due to the company not having as much trust in her as they once did. She was almost as popular as Roxanne Perez, but her star has faded within WWE. Next up is Alistair Black, and although he did drop in as an emergency DLC in WWE 2K25, he's definitely going to be in WWE 2K26 from the very beginning, so I am going to include him in this list for incomings. Next out the door is Ashante Adonis, not the most popular WWE superstar, but he does have a big fan base within the company, so I'm sure there are going to be many of you who are sad to see Ashante Adonis leave WWE and thus the games. Next incoming is Blake Monroe, who joins from AEW, very popular as Mariah May in the opposing brand, and she's already started to pick up a lot of steam and a humongous fan base within WWE NXT. The next outgoing is Carlito, the humorous side of the Judgment Day, and obviously quite a humorous character within WWE anyway. It's sad to see him go, but I understand WWE making cost-saving measures and Carlito being one of those superstars. The next incoming is the young Osiris Griffin. He is also a very popular youngster within WWE NXT, and with the game having to make the biggest roster ever, as they always do, surely he's going to be an NXT superstar that is included. A sad to see outgoing is Shotzi, a popular superstar, as all of these superstars are, but she never really made her mark on the main roster and subsequently was let go from WWE at the behest of Triple H. The next incoming is a former AEW megastar. It is Ricky Saints, who is currently cutting his teeth in NXT and is surely going to become a main roster sensation over the next months, perhaps maybe over the next few years. The next outgoing was actually a superstar that asked to be released from his WWE contract early. It is Eddie Thorpe. He asked the hierarchy within WWE if he would be able to leave because he just felt disillusioned with his place within the company, but another sad outgoing, so to speak. Incoming next is Rey Fenix. I would have put Penta in here, but he is a bona fide WWE 2K25 superstar, but Rey Fenix yet to be put into the game, so next year will be his debut in WWE 2K26. An outgoing which may seem lackluster, but Elektra Lopez made her debut in WWE 2K25, only to be released a short few months after her debut in the game. Again, not really finding a foothold on the main roster when she moved to SmackDown. The next superstar incoming is Carmen Petrovic, who very nearly made it into WWE 2K25, but was cut at the very last minute. You can actually find her moveset in the game if you'd go deep into the move selection menu. Now, the next outgoing is Isla Dawn, who started to really make her mark within WWE, but unfortunately was let go and a casualty, perhaps due to cost-saving measures, but Isla Dawn will not be in WWE 2K25. But a female superstar that should be in WWE 2K26 is Jazmyn Nix. She is a superstar that is yet to make a debut in the game, but a big part of WWE NXT, with the NXT roster being the biggest it should ever be, she will be in WWE 2K26. Now, these two giants, Akam and Razor, again, are a bit like Braun Strowman. They've been released, they've been brought back, and now they've been released once again. The Authors of Pain are a fantastic tag team, so it is sad to see them go, and we're losing them from WWE 2K26 as well. But when we lose a couple, we gain another, and Lucian Price will be making his debut in the game, yet to make an appearance in the game as well, but now kind of a stalwart within WWE NXT, so expect to see him in the game. Out goes Blair Davenport, who never really made any kind of mark within WWE. Again, I think it was her attitude and behaviour which has seen her get the chopping block from WWE, but not the most honourable mention out of all of these superstars. Incoming though is Bronko Nima, who is building up a lot of steam in NXT and is a humongously popular superstar alongside Lucian Price, so Bronko Nima will certainly be making his debut in WWE 2K26. An outgoing Gigi Dolin, again a superstar that may seem quite lackluster and, you know, not the biggest fan base out there, but Gigi Dolin did fill up the roster and was a fantastic NXT superstar to have in the game, even if she was a filler character. The next superstar incoming is Edris Enofe, who again is yet to make an appearance in a game, but has a very large fan support in WWE NXT. So could this be the year that Idris Enofe makes it into WWE The Games? Outgoing is Jakara Jackson. Again, there were big signs that she was going to become a fantastic superstar, making main roster appearances, but ultimately is a casualty of this year's cuts and of course will not be in next year's edition of the game. Zaria makes her appearance in WWE and has made it very recently, so I do expect to see her in WWE 2K26 as well. The flair, the fire, the passion that she possesses, it certainly will be interesting to be able to control her in next year's game. Sonya Deville, a superstar on the outgoing list, she won't be in the game, no longer with WWE, and I think after Mandy Rose left, and after her stint as a kind of honourable GM, really ran out ideas of what to do with her, so unfortunately she left WWE. Incoming is Bron Breakker's girlfriend, it is Izzy Dame, who again is very popular, not just because she is dating Bron Breakker, but in her own right with her wrestling style and her own wrestling credentials, so we're looking forward to being able to control her in the game as well. Out next is Giovanni Vinci. When they broke up the stable that he was in with Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther, Imperium, they really had nothing to do with Giovanni Vinci, so he left the WWE and it isn't going to be a big miss. And the last one in is Brock Lesnar, the biggest superstar to return, in my opinion. Obviously, a lot of legal battles going on with him, but it seems to have all cleared up and he will be in next year's edition of the game. Let us know what you think. Which superstar are you looking forward to seeing? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.